Great. Okay, so you need a mechanical keyboard. In this video, let's talk about why. Okay, so welcome to the first episode of Setup Tips. In this series of videos, I'll be sharing with you guys tips and tricks as well as products that you might need in your own setups and the information that might help you create your own setups. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about mechanical keyboards. Why mechanical keyboards? Why do you need them? Why would you want them? And why would you want to get one? If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and turn on bell notifications so that you can get notified every single time I make a video or upload one of these setup tips videos. So, one of the first things that you need to know about mechanical keyboards is you can actually just decide that you want to buy a $10 membrane keyboard and stick to that for your work. There's absolutely nothing wrong with buying a cheap membrane keyboard because it basically does the same thing, if we're being completely honest. And also, your laptop probably has a keyboard. If you have a MacBook or a Windows laptop or whatever, as long as it's not damaged, your keyboard probably works fine. So why would you want to spend hundreds of dollars on a high-end mechanical keyboard or just a few dollars on a budget mechanical keyboard like some of the ones that I'm holding here right now? The simple answer to that question would be customizations. Membrane keyboards don't offer you anything in the way of customizations. With mechanical keyboards, you can basically customize them to how you want them to look, how you want them to feel, how you want them to sound, and so on and so forth. You can decide that you want a 10 keyless keyboard, or you want a 60% keyboard, or maybe you want a full-size keyboard and you want to mess around with the switches. You want linear switches on your letters, you want tactile switches on your numbers, you want clicky switches on your spacebar. Whatever the case, you can actually customize your keyboard to feel, perform, sound, and behave anyhow you want if you decide to go mechanical. Now, another interesting thing about mechanical keyboards is beyond the customizations, when it comes to how you want them to actually perform, you can actually customize them to looks. You can change all your keycaps at will. You can decide you want keycaps that have pass-through for your RGB. You can decide you don't want RGB. You can decide you want ABS plastic, PBT keycaps, double shot PBT, die sublimated. Whatever the case, you can pretty much change everything with keyboards. Now, some of the higher end keyboards on the market are called swappable keyboards. These are keyboards that basically allow you to change the key switches inside of your keyboards. So for example, if as a beginner you decide, okay, you like the way that blue clicky switches sound, and down the line you want to decide, okay, you know what, I don't like blues anymore, they're annoying to me now, I want to try brown switches, I want something tactile or something scratchy. Or maybe you decide you want to go linear with red switches, or you want to try get on yellow switches or something. You can actually very easily buy those switches separately for relatively cheap prices and replace them on your board without having to change your board at all. This, for me, is one of the biggest appeals for mechanical keyboards. Mechanical keyboards as a hobby gets very expensive very quickly, especially when you become an enthusiast. For somebody like me who owns so many keyboards and I almost have no space to store them anymore, it can be quite uncomfortable, especially when you put them all together and start to calculate how much money you spent on them. But realistically, for somebody who is starting, it doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, even if you're a mild enthusiast and you're okay with not over customizing or being obsessed with trying every single keyboard on the market, you don't have to spend so much money. There are really good keyboards for anywhere around $40 to under $100 honestly. I mean, this is the Drop ENTR. This is probably the best entry-level TKL keyboard that you can get, and this is going to cost you somewhere around $100 if you buy it directly from Drop, and I think around $120 if you pick it up from Amazon. You also get options like electrocapacitive keyboards. This I believe is the EC87, and this one has rubber domes for the keys as opposed to mechanical switches, and it's probably going to cost you almost $200 honestly, but it's pretty great. This is also an electrocapacitive keyboard. This I believe is the Nice Plume 66 Atom, and this one is also around $200, which is around the expensive side for keyboards like this. You also get things like this. This is the Kagan K2, which I am actually yet to review, and this one has swappable switches, pass-through for the RGB, and it's probably the perfect keyboard for macOS users. So whether you use Windows or you use Mac, it honestly doesn't matter. There is always going to be a keyboard out there for you.
How did you know?
So ultimately, to the point of this video, mechanical keyboards offer you a lot of flexibility, they offer you a lot of customizability, and they offer you such freedom that you're not going to get from any membrane keyboard. I mean, like I said before, your MacBook or your Windows laptop probably has a keyboard and you could just use that. But if you want to use an external monitor, are you going to have your laptop open all the time? Or are you just going to go buy a Apple membrane keyboard? I mean, that sounds kind of boring to me, honestly. But if that's what you want to do, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Personally, I would not use an Apple Magic keyboard as my main keyboard, but if it works for you, it's absolutely perfectly fine. There are so many keyboards from different companies like Razer, Logitech, and I don't know, so many other companies that make this really cheap, affordable keyboards that you can buy. And there are other companies like Maker, Womir, Keychron that make all these mechanical keyboards that are really fun to customize, and you can make them look exactly how you want them to look, make them sound how you want, and make them feel how you want. Now, as promised, at the end of every setup tips video, I am going to be giving away one of the products that I talk about inside of my videos. And for today's giveaway, I'm basically going to be giving you any mechanical keyboard that you have seen me review on my channel. So basically, go through my mechanical keyboard playlist and decide which of the keyboards you like the best, and you can just come and leave a comment on this video telling me that is the keyboard that you want to win. Before we publish our video next week for Setup Tips episode 2, I am going to pick a winner, and the winner will be announced on my social media as well as the comment section of next week's video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I guess I will see you guys on another video that was shot by Kagan. Peace.
The Khan of Gods.
If this channel crosses 100,000 subscribers in 2021, I am going to shave off my goatee.